Having not exactly been impressed with the touchscreen display on that CR10 Smart Pro that I've got, I started looking around and came across this Creality Sonic Pad. Never heard of it before, but it is a big 7-inch display and with a far faster processor into it, built in, and it can print a lot faster than the current board. This uses Klipper apparently and looks very nice, and that was delivered yesterday. It's not cheap, it's 160 quid. What have we got? Yeah, Creality Sonic Pad, made in China, blah blah blah. Nothing much actually on the box. Let's just grab a knife and we'll cut these seals off. There seems to be quite a few videos on using one of these and setting it up, and all of the really advanced features like input profiling, did they call it, something like that, and some sort of pressure control as well. All new to me, but I'm hoping it will be more reliable than the system I've got at the moment, because I've just gone to print the coffee tray for a friend of mine, and it went pear-shaped, instantly. The screen locked up and I've had to reboot everything and start again, which is a pain. Never had any of that problems with the modded Ender 3 Pro, but this one seems, I don't know, maybe it's a firmware issue, I'm not sure, but a little set of stickers and the actual device itself. I'm going to stand up for this. I'm actually working in the new workshop on the higher bench. Silica gel, a very thick user manual, no doubt in a number. Actually, it looks like it's probably just two languages. Please have produced a decent manual for once. So many times these companies skip over stages that you just aren't aware of. Well, for instance, updating the display software firmware on the CR10 Smart Pro. There was no mention of dismantling the display to find inside it a micro SD socket. They just assume these things, and it's not always obvious. Full colour looks quite reasonable, but we'll see. As I say, there are lots of videos on this device online. So we've got another box of goodies here, I suspect. Let's have a look. Okay, so we have a UK adapter, an EU adapter. Make sure you're seeing this. Not that it matters too much, the adapters. Now this is interesting. This is a accelerometer, and this is plugged into the back of it and screwed into place. I'm not sure where the best place is, but it will screw into place, and this device will go through a series of tests where it rattles the bed left, right, up and down, backwards and forwards, and it will store, well, I think it looks for frequencies where the print might become affected by those frequencies that things are vibrating at, and it will try and null those out. I think that is the idea of it, and that should improve print quality and also the speed that you're able to print at. I'm not really a fan of this plug-in cable there, because anything much on that is going to damage that over time. So yeah, not overly impressed with that. Other adapters for overseas use. The actual adapter, which is, let's see what this is rated at. 12 volts at 3 amps is what's coming out of that. So yeah, that is all good. Then we have a USB. Oh god, they still insist on using these stupid plugs. Surely we've all moved over to USB type C. There is an adapter actually there for that cable to go into, and then into a USB C type, and then there is an even older adapter there. We have some screws. I assume that is for securing the accelerometer, and there is what looks to be a USB card possibly, and that has the software required for it. So let's get this open and have a closer look. And one thing that I do notice immediately is how heavy this is. It feels quite a weighty device. So just looking at the screen, it is a nice large screen. It is again shiny, but not completely shiny. Actually, I wonder if there's a cover on there. It's almost bound to be, isn't there? There's no obvious tab to pull it off, but yeah, I think there must be a cover that needs removing on there. I thought they were going to be buttons to press, but of course they're not. We've got a on-off button on the side, and that is a physical on-off button. Looks like we've got two LEDs that side. On the other side we have two USB slots. I had a room for another socket up here and something else in this one. They could have used all 6 of these positions. On the bottom nothing, top nothing. We've got 2 legs that look like they pull out here, so you can just rest it on the bench. We've got a USB slot here. Let me go down a little bit. Power in, USB, camera port, LAN, and the sensor. Couple of holes there. Wonder if they're reset buttons underneath there. On the top it is a Creality Sonic pad. The model is SPAD01. Screen resolution is 1024 by 600, 7-inch. We've got Wi-Fi protocol input 12 volts. So that's pretty much it. It's not really. It would have been nice if they had adjustable click positions, but it is either closed or in that one position, so if that's just catching the light for you, you're not going to be able to put it into a different position. I suspect some people may well be building their own holders for this that go on the printer. In my case that's probably going to be perfect because I'm using the printer sideways on. That's one of the reasons I thought this might be an idea. I do not like not being able to see the nozzle and what's going on there, and you can't do that from the front of this machine. So yeah, a quick look. Seems quite nice, quite well made. We've got a rubber strip here to stop that sliding around too much, and that works quite well. So yeah, I've got a 16-hour print going on at the moment, so we won't be connecting this to anything until, well, probably during the week at some point. So I'll probably just fire this up in a minute, see if there's anything much interesting to show through the menus. I'm going to have to try and work out how to film it without the lights causing problems. God, look at the pain. These really are a bloody nuisance, aren't they? I'll tell you what, let's try and fire it up now. I'm sure there will be a firmware update required. Then we can just connect to Wi-Fi with this machine. There we go. Can't even get the bloody adapter on. It's upside down, that's why, you idiot. There we go. Very simple actually. So let's plug that in, turn that on and get it plugged in the back, which is there. Hay fever's bad again. Oh, that has fired up immediately. The LEDs on the side, one is solid green, one is flashing blue. And that is loading. I think you can see all that on screen. That's quite a slow boot up process. Perhaps I'm missing something and it's expecting a connection to the computer or something. No, it's fine. It just probably is its first fire up. So what have we got here? Language. Next step. Congratulations. Yeah. Usual disclaimers, pages of it. Yeah, I've read it. Next step. Don't like the stupid bleep. Set your region. Get this chair around a bit more. There we go. God bloody hell. Oh, hang on. Let's see. What are they going to list us under? Pacific? No. Oh, yeah, Europe. That's an interesting way of doing. Oh, Europe, London. Well, that's okay. And world address has been set. Oh, bless. Usual translation problems. Oh dear. Right, so we can click on add the network. Just turn this away and enter the password. Let's have a look. So a little keyboard pops up at the bottom. So there we go. Let's see if that's back on camera. Yes, it is. And OK. Connected successfully. That is good. I usually assign all these things static IP addresses. That might be one of the problems with the Smart 10 Pro. It might be happier with a static address. Creality Sonic Pad, yeah, that's fine. Okay, now it's likely that my printer is not listed here, and we might have to update the firmware before it appears, but let's see. Yeah, CR series doesn't even appear, so we're going to have to skip that, I suspect, and go to the firmware updates. Interesting, we can generate printer firmware, so you could tweak your own firmware and save it. That's very interesting. This is not something we want to be faffing with, so let's see if we can get out of this and grief. How do you just skip? Oh, hang on. CR is here, but not. Oh, wait a minute, maybe I'm wrong. 10 series. Oh, and there it is. This is a newer model. It's got it actually there. Please insert the card reader. So now we're going to flash the firmware onto the card reader, and then that will go into the printer, and the Klipper well, the firmware will be upgraded to work with this. Let's see if we can use the card that came with it. Now it is showing us where to insert that in the side here at the bottom, so that is quite a nice touch. So let's pop that in there. Red light is on. Don't know whether you can see it, possibly not. There's a little red light on here, and now we're going to flash the firmware. That was quick. Please insert it into the printer. Make sure the printer is switched off when inserting it. Well, that's fine. Yeah, so we're not going to be able to do any more of this because this won't find it. Please connect the printer to the screen. Yeah, so we're going to have to cancel all of this. I don't know whether you can. Yeah, it doesn't look like we can skip all of this and go into the settings. So yeah, I didn't expect CR to be listed separately, but of course it is. 610 all, so yeah, all there, which is excellent. But we've got to check one and go through all the process, so we're not going to do any more with that, but you get the idea. Now, can we force this to close down with this on-off button on the right here? Let's just press it quickly. Oh yeah, because it turns the whole thing off. It was already on, that's why it started that way as soon as I connected the power a minute ago. Let's see if it takes just as long to start up this time. Yeah, disappointingly slow startup time. But there's a lot going on, and here we go again. We're back to the setup. Ah, here we go. This is what we wanted. Discover the new version, latest firmware. Yeah, eliminate the problems caused by Moonraker config changes. I don't even know what Moonraker is, apart from the film. So we'll download that, I guess. So that's nice. It just needed that basic setup at the first switch on, and now the second switch on, it's gone into the download of the firmware. Yeah, quite looking forward to using this. Hopefully it will speed things up a little bit without any loss of print quality. I think that's one of the ideas behind this this thing. But we'll see. I'm not massively interested in speed. It will help cut costs down. But I really just wanted this decent screen and hopefully no crashing like the inbuilt screen on the CR10 Smart Pro. I'm not going to skip through this, I'm just going to let this update in real time. Let me turn the display around here so I can see it from the back. What the f? What do you mean download failed? Okay. So it looks like it's not even managed to update its own firmware. It's not a good start, is it? Jesus. Ridiculous, and now it's starting again. Well, I think I'm calling it a day as far as the video is concerned there. That is not a very good start, is it? So yeah, I'll be back later. Okay, so we are back again. The firmware download failed for whatever reason, and I've just restarted it to do the same, and whilst it was doing that I went off and downloaded the firmware onto a USB stick. So I thought if it's going to fail again I'll just update it on the with the stick, but as I got back it seems to have successfully done it now. We have more options here if you have a look. Comes up on this page now, Ender 2 series, but if you click on here you've actually got other makes on here. We've got FL Sun, Prusa and Sir Moon, so we can go to that, and oh look, we've got a bigger range here as well now. CR10 Smart Pro, two different versions. Now I don't know whether I've got the 401 or the 103 off the top of my head, so we're going to have to look that back on the older video, but definitely it has upgraded the firmware, so we are done as much as we can with that. Until it's set up on the printer we're not going to be able to get any further into the menus.